Hi guys, it's me again. I'm back finally. So I'm just gonna do a really quick video. I'm not gonna do a makeup tutorial, but I've been itching to do a review of a product that I really like, and just go over some other products that I've probably mentioned before in other videos, but I kind of want to spotlight because I really enjoy them. So I just kind of want to share them with you, and maybe those items will work for you too. So let me start off with the very basics. Okay, so this is L'Oreal Studio Secrets Anti-Redness Primer. It's anti-redness because it's green, and as an artist you kind of understand that green and red are complementary colors, and so if you cover red with green it kind of dulls it down, and vice versa. But our skin color isn't usually green, so we don't need red primer. Anyway, so I've been using this. I bought this a while ago, and I tested it out, and I wasn't really impressed with it. It left like this green tinge on my skin, a light green tinge on my skin, and I didn't think that was attractive, but I don't think I was using it right. As a primer, you're supposed to put it underneath your foundation, and it's just supposed to cancel out that redness that you have, so that when you put on your foundation, that redness fades, and your foundation or whatever, skincare red product that you put all over your face, so that your skin tone looks more even. So I'm using this more now. I used to use the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and it's okay. What I heard about it was that it was supposed to help your makeup stay in place all day, like if you're sweating or something, it was supposed to help keep your makeup on all day. But as a person who walks a lot from classes and just to and from the train and stuff like that, I wasn't impressed with this. Throughout the day, like if my face was wet, it was just irritating, because of sweat. I'm walking, it's physical. And my makeup would just slide right off, and it might just be the combination of products I'm using, I'm not sure, but I was kind of disappointed because I had higher expectations for this. But I know other people who swear by this and think it's the best thing ever, so it may just be, the skincare things that I'm using in addition to this. I may not be using enough, or what have you. I usually put like a pea-sized amount on my fingers, and I just apply it to my nose, my cheeks, my chin, and my forehead, those areas that tend to get really sweaty. I'll put it underneath my chin and on my neck because that tends to get pretty sweaty as well. But I don't know. I think that it helps my skin look smoother at sometimes, but I tend to have a problem with acne, and it doesn't, like I have acne scars like all over my face, and it doesn't necessarily help smooth over those things because they're bigger and harder to cover. So, I don't really use this, but this I actually do use, and I think I'm using it correctly now, so I do like it, and it does help. So just keep that in mind. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I'm sure that you can search this product online. I probably got it from Target or CVS, so whatever price they have on there, if it's not discounted, that's probably what I paid. But as we all know, makeup is expensive, so I'm gonna say this is probably $8 to $10 for this. Just estimating based on the size, the name, stuff like that. Okay, so moving on from there, I'm going to show you my concealer palette. So this is, whoops, sorry about that. This is Hard Candy, and I got this in Walmart a while ago, and it has this little thing. There was a brush attached to it that came with it. It wasn't good quality. This is kind of a cheap brand too, so that brush is not going to be good quality. However, I will say this. This is their Nobody's Perfect Concealer Palette in medium. It's number 134. The interesting thing about this palette is that all of these concealers are different. Some are more solid than others when you put them on your fingers. For example, the green concealer comes off really easy. It's very liquid, so it just, when you apply your finger and there's some heat from your finger, it just comes right off. So that's really easy. However, this kind of salmon colored one, this pink one, that's a little bit, actually no, that's the same as the green. But there are other ones, like the really, really light concealer. That is actually really hard. It's a lot thicker, probably just for coverage purposes. I don't think you need as much of the green, obviously, as you might if you had really fair skin and needed this bright concealer, but I just thought that was interesting. As you can see, this is the one that I've used the very most. I used it a lot over the summer, but I guess now this one is better for me at this point. So this is what I've been using now, and it's just a fairly good job. I mean, like I said before, I have a problem with acne. So, and part of that is how I take care of my skin. I tend to touch my face a lot, which is a really bad habit, and you shouldn't do that, but it's just how I am, I kind of have to coach myself out of it. So, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's functional, and I think for the brand that it is and what I was initially expecting of it, it's better than I thought. This was the only one I saw there at the time, and this is the medium. But you can see it has this really light one and has a much darker one, actually. So I think it's meant to be for someone like me who is fairer but tends to tan pretty well, and someone like my sister who has a more olive skin tone and tans really, really well. So she might use the darker one depending, on what time of the year it is. So I think it's pretty versatile. I will say, with this green, what I do, and what maybe many of you do, but I don't know, is I actually, after I put the primer on, the green primer, I use this for spot. Right, so this is going to be underneath my foundation and then additional concealer, because, if you put it over top of your foundation, it's much harder to, conceal with another concealer. You actually see a lot more green coming through if you put it over your foundation as opposed to under it. So that's what I would recommend. That's what I do. But whatever works for you, and maybe you're all thinking, oh, you're an idiot, of course everybody knows how to do that. But I wasn't classically trained in how to apply makeup, so I just kind of figure out things trial by fire. Okay, so this is the product that I've been super excited about. I got Garnier's BB Cream Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector at the beginning of the summer, and this is in light medium, right here. And you can see it's 2.5 fluid ounces or 75 milliliters. It's actually fairly big. I mean, I'm holding it next to my head for scale. That's really big. As compared to, I think Maybelline recently came out with one, and theirs is tiny. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's not going to last very long. However, what I have noticed, and what might be true about all BB creams, you don't need very much at all. Almost nothing. Like, literally, I use a little bit bigger than a pea-sized amount, and it covers my entire face. The coverage is amazing. It just, spreads out. It's beautiful. And it works really well. Like, I'm really impressed with this product. For a long time, I thought that Garnier was strictly, hair products, so when I started hearing about them advertising, skin products, which I have seen for many years, I was always kind of skeptical, because it's really, hair and face? That didn't really seem related. But I'm really impressed with this. There is a noticeable difference after I put this on my skin. My skin looks so much more even in skin tone. It's not a lot of coverage. It's more like a tinted moisturizer than it is a foundation. So I would say it's medium coverage. It's not good for layering. So if you want to use that as a concealer too, it's not really going to do that for you. It's better to use, a foundation if that's what you enjoy, or a concealer that you really trust, because this isn't meant for concealing purposes, but it does really help even out your skin tone. So I really, really like this. It also has broad spectrum SPF, and it's in SPF 15. So that's really good, and I use this a lot over the summer, obviously because I didn't want something really, really heavy on my skin when it's hot out and humid, and you know it's just going to slide off your face. And this does come off, you know, but it's really hard, I think, to find a product that won't come off when you're sweating. It's just how it is. Maybe if I had something more professional, like a MAC product, or Stila or something like that, it would hold better, but for what this is, I really enjoy it and I would highly recommend it. So this is the Garnier BB Cream. Yeah, so I like that. Okay. I recently purchased, I actually purchased this today at Target. Also, I don't know all of the prices of these things off the top of my head, but I'm sure that you could look these up and you can find them discounted places. We don't really have a beauty supply store where I am, like a Sally's or something like that, which I've heard of and I desperately want to try out. But they don't have them around where I live, so it's sad. But I go to Target, and that's okay. But yeah, so just if you're really curious about how much these cost and you want to try them out, just go online. I'm sure you can find them. So anyway, I've been trying to take better care of my skin, and I've recently read an article where a dermatologist suggested that you use a different eye cream in the morning or during the day than you would, you know, at night. And I've been using the same kind of eye cream at both times. They said ideally you should use 2 different ones because overnight, you know, you should really be conditioning your skin. But, you know, anything is good for your skin. But what I got was this Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle Roller, and this was their sheer tint. They do have ones like this that come in, I saw a medium or light to medium and then a medium to dark. I didn't see the medium to dark, but it was nice to know that they did offer different skin tone options. So, you know, I got this at Target, so my Target is actually really bad. Their restocking of items is horrible, and everybody just paws through everything and just puts shit back wherever. Sorry for my language, but that, I mean, that's how it is, like, unfortunately. But I did find this, and I've heard good things about this product, and so I used it for the first time today, and it was a noticeable difference. I have a little bit of darkness under my eyes, not a lot, because I tend to like to get as much sleep as possible. The recommended amount is 8 hours for my age bracket, so I try to get that. My profession as an artist tends to counteract that, but if I can, I like to get to bed so that I can get as much sleep as possible. But it's hard to avoid, especially as you get older, those dark circles. They just accumulate. You know, it's stress, it's sleep, it's diet, you know, it's all of these things. So I got this just to help. It's supposed to help the dark circles, it's supposed to help revitalize your eyes, and it made my under eyes so much brighter. I did use this kind of pinky lavender for under my eyes, which did work just fine. But I kind of wanted something that was, I think, a little bit more powerful and had health benefits, whereas this is basically just concealer. It's not really doing anything for my skin, whereas this will do something for my skin. So I felt it was a good splurge. No price. I think it was around $12, maybe $13. It was pricier, but you know, anything with added skin benefits will be. Okay, so I really enjoy this product. I guess you could say that right now I'm pretty impressed with Garnier. I'm liking their products, so I might revisit them. Okay, so let's see. Another brand name that I really enjoy is Neutrogena. I had been using this really great 2-in-1 moisturizer that has salicylic acid, which helps with acne. Unfortunately, it expired, so I can't use it anymore. It's just not going to do anything for my skin. The salicylic acid, I think, as the active ingredient, does not work within the solution anymore, and I think it was actually hurting my skin more than helping it because it was expired. So I replaced it with this trial-sized Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizing lotion. I like Clinique. I use their body bar for my face in particular, and I use a scrub for the rest of my body from Burt's Bees is the scrub, but the body bar I use for my face, and I really like it. It's pretty mild. I tend to have dry skin, so no matter what, I think I'll always kind of feel a little bit dry and tight after I use that soap. However, I've been using this and I really like it. You can just feel how moisturizing it is, and you don't need a lot with this either. A little goes a long way. So just be aware of that. But I really like it. So I might, when I run out of this, I might go and splurge on some more, even if it's the same size. I don't really care. But I do like Clinique. So let's see, where do I want to go from here? I'll do blush and bronzer. Okay, so you guys have seen me use this before. This is from the Tokidoki Robbery palette. It came in a set of 3. It came in this really cute tin box. I got it from Sephora, and it had 3 little compacts like this. This is like the actual Robber palette. It doesn't really actually have a name for it, but what I really like about this palette is the blush. And as you can see, I've used it a lot. Like, there's even like a chip in the bottom there. Unfortunately, it got dropped at some point, but there's like a huge dent in it because I've been using it. And the color is called Momobella, so I'm sure that you can get that just in the blush. But I love it, and from what I've heard, this would probably be a really great dupe for NARS's Orgasm blush. I haven't tried it, but it's described as this kind of peachy blush with this kind of gold shimmer in it, right? And that's basically what this is. This is a really peachy blush, and you can't really tell. I mean, you can kind of sort of tell if I tilt it towards the light a little bit, but you can see the shimmer. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who do not like shimmery products on their face, especially blush, but I don't mind it. I think it's nice to have just a little bit of added light. So I really enjoy it, and it's really soft. It's easy to build up. You know, I'm still learning how to blend and all of that stuff, and it would be much easier if my face was in much better condition, if I didn't have as much acne, if it was smoother, you know, but I'm working on that. But I really like the color, and I think it's nice. So, you know, if you want to look this up, I don't know if they're offering that special edition tin with these 3 palettes in it anymore, but it was called the Robbery palette. So you can look that up if you want. I really enjoyed that. As far as bronzer goes, I know people prefer, for contouring, they prefer that you use, or it's recommended that you use a matte bronzer. However, this is a Smashbox, I think it's technically a blush, and it came in their holiday, see, I got that from Sephora too, ordered it online. It's pretty in pictures in their holiday set, and this is the blush that came with it. It's called Soft Beige Luster. Luster might just be the finish, actually, because it's shimmery, not glittery, but shimmery. And I think the shade is Soft Lights. So I actually use this for contouring and for bronzing. I really like not very noticeable contouring, and I think generally people like that. But for my face, I have actually fairly prominent cheekbones, so I don't need a lot of contouring. I just like a little bit of something, because I think some features on my face get lost when I put on my foundation. So I really enjoy this. I just apply it with a fluffy brush, and I just apply it right here along my temple, and just along my temple, and just under my cheek a little bit, and then I kind of brush it lightly on my nose, my forehead, and my chin, just to get a little bit of that sun-kissed glow. Okay, so from there, I won't go through all of the makeup that I'm wearing right now, but I'll just show you some products. Okay, so this is the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer. I haven't used any other primer products before, so this is my first one, and I really like it. You don't need a lot, and you just apply it. It has a doe foot shaped applier, which is this kind of angled like spongy applicator. And you just basically put that on your brow bone and on your lid, and you just rub it out with your finger until it's blended. And it's supposed to help make your eye makeup stay on longer throughout the day, and also help it become more opaque or more bright, depending. Which is really nice, because a lot of times I feel that the makeup I wear tends to get lost, especially on my eyes. Part of it is just that I was really conservative for a really long time when I put on my makeup, and that was just part of like my upbringing, but I found that as I got older I wanted bolder looks, and primer really does help. I can't compare it against any other primers, but I've heard good things about it from other people who have used it, but I also have heard that a lot of people prefer the Urban Decay primer potion, which I haven't tried, but, you know, if I can, I'd like to in the future. But for the price, it was really cheap. I think it was like $1. e.l.f. is good for that. It does a good job. So, okay. You guys have heard me go on and on about this in other videos, but I can't tell you how much I enjoy this product. This is Maybelline's Full and Soft Mascara. This is not the waterproof brand. This is just the regular. And this is in Very Black. I like black mascara. I think brown loses my eyelashes, and I like to accentuate them a lot because I love how thick, full lashes look on women, especially on me. I'm lucky I have long eyelashes, they're just not very dark. And this helps give more volume, and it helps make them look longer and darker, and I think it's really, really attractive. I'll just try and show you really quick what it looks like. I mean, I really, really love this. It's wet at first, it's not very dry, but when you apply it, it dries really nicely. It's really great for layering. So depending on how thick you want your eyelashes to look or whatever, this is really great for that. When you rub your eyes, the mascara will come off. It's not, you know, it's not waterproof. It's not technically stay all day, although this lasts throughout the day really, really well if I don't rub my eyes. However, I have a tendency, like I said before, to touch my face, which also has to do with like touching my eyes, and if I'm tired, of course I'm going to rub my eyes. So it will come off. It won't come off completely, but you will find those smudges underneath your eyes. But when you first put it on, it's really great. You want to let it dry, of course. It's not quick dry necessarily, but it's really good. So I really, really like this product, and I would be devastated if they stopped making it. There was one point a few years ago when I couldn't find it in Walmart, and I was panicking. I was like, oh my god, they can't have gotten rid of this. Like, this works so well for me. I've gotten so many compliments from so many people. They're like, oh my god, your eyelashes look so nice. Like, they look so natural and thick. And I'm like, well, thank you. It's not natural, but I have a really great mascara. So I would really, really recommend this. And of course I think they do make it in brown, but I tend to like the Very Black. Okay, so I'm wearing this on my lips right now. This, unfortunately, like the labeling came off. You can kind of see it at the bottom here. This is from Tarte. This is like a tiny, tiny lip gloss, you can see. It came in a trial set. It is Amazonian Clay. They had come up with these new products called Amazonian Clay, and they were supposed to last a lot longer, look more natural. And this was just something that came in it. It's not actually, I think, part of the Amazonian Clay line, and I don't know what color it is because it didn't come with a label that told me what color, but it's just their lip gloss. And I've tried looking up what color this might be, and I didn't see this exact color on Tarte's site. It might not be produced anymore. It might only be available in this trial size from that particular promotional glam bag, basically, that they had. but I really enjoy it, and it's getting low, and I'm so afraid because it's so pretty. The color shows up really well on my lips. It's very pink. It's a light pink, so if that's not your cup of tea, I wouldn't recommend it, but it lasts fairly well. I smush my lips together a lot, and I lick my lips pretty often, so lip products don't tend to last very long on me, but I think generally this is pretty good, and it's a doe foot applicator. I know some people don't like it, but I do. Well, I don't mind it at least, but that's the color. Let's see if I can swatch it for you. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. That's the color, and it's so pretty, and you can see it so much better, you know, in person. But I really enjoy it, and to not waste any, I'm gonna put it on my lips. That's how much I love it. I really love it. I have a product that I really like from Tarte that I don't have on me right now, and it's their Lip Surgent Lip Tint, and I can't remember, I think, oh yes, I do remember. The shade that I really, really like from them is Perky, and it's kind of this Brigitte Bardot inspired light pink for your lips. The great thing about it is that it's not crazy opaque. It's not like a lipstick. It's a cross between a lipstick and a lip gloss, which is really interesting. It's solid, but it goes on really smoothly onto your lips, and it doesn't finish matte or anything. It stays pretty consistent as lip gloss. That wears off my lips really fast, but I really enjoy the color, and fortunately I think they offer that just, you know, by itself, and not, you don't have to buy like a set. And I really enjoy it. I think I was trying to find a replacement for this because I knew this wasn't going to last very long. It's not the same color. It's a lot lighter. It's very pink too, so I really like it, and it doesn't make me look washed out, which I enjoy. And I'd swatch it, but I don't have it on me right now, so you guys can just look it up. But I really like that. Okay, so in an attempt to make my makeup last a lot longer, I've been hearing about finishing sprays. MAC especially, I've heard that their finishing spray is crazy good. Like, it's just so good. Unfortunately, I cannot really afford MAC. I could if I really saved up, but, you know, I have a hard time committing to something that I haven't tested before, and the only MAC store around here is in New York City, which I do go to school in New York City, and I have walked by the MAC store that they have in the Flatiron district, actually like right in the back of the Flatiron building itself, but I haven't had time to stop in, so I haven't really had, you know, the opportunity to test any of their products. I've heard that I absolutely will not be disappointed once I find the right shade product for me. But at the same time, you know, why should I have to spend all of that money if I can find a dupe that's so much cheaper and works just as well or works perfectly for me, and I don't have to spend all that money. As someone who kind of wants to dabble in being a makeup artist, it might be worth me getting those really great products like Sigma brushes. I've heard so many great things about. Let's see, MAC products, I've just heard so much about NARS. I've heard so much about Inglot. That's one that I really want to try out. And Sugar Pill, which is new. I don't know if how many of you have heard about that, but they're kind of an independent indie brand. And I've seen so many makeup looks with their eyeshadows, and they're crazy amazing. Like, the payoff is incredible, but they're very bright colors, and as much as I love color, obviously, I'm not sure how much color I would want to be put on my eyes. You know, it's hard to make that commitment, and I totally admire those girls who can do that. But personally, I can't. But anyway, This is the product I'm talking about. This is the finishing spray. This is by ELF or ELF. This is the Makeup Mist and Spray. Has aloe, green tea, cucumber, and vitamins A, C, and E. It is 202 fluid ounces. It's pretty cool. 60 milliliters. It might be 2.02. I can't tell. 202 might be really big. But I just put it on right before this video. I don't know. I'll have to review it later because I haven't been wearing this makeup very long. Today anyway, I'm not being really crazy active right now, so I'm going to a birthday party later where I will be assisting a local artist, you know, with these kids and playing with them. So I'll be walking down there. I'll be, you know, walking around with these kids, watching them, helping them, all this other stuff. I'll be much more active. So maybe I'll post on my Tumblr just a little blurb about how the makeup or the spray works. So this is really cheap, actually. This is like $3. Not even lying. This is $3. I do remember that. Just because I'm always so pleasantly surprised at how cheap these products are. But I like them. So it's good. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. I know that this video is really long, but I think that's acceptable for a review. So I guess that's pretty much it. I'm going to be really busy this year, so I don't know how many tutorials I can get up, how many reviews I can get up, but I was most anxious about getting a review of this up because I really like it. I think it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's supposed to brighten up your face, even out your skin tone, fade spots, you know, stuff like that. So it's an anti-aging thing as well, which I think most BB creams are made for. But I really like this a lot. And of course, I would encourage any and all of you who watch this video to share the products that you really love, products that you would recommend to me, things you think I should try, things you think I should avoid. I really enjoy hearing back from people. I had someone ask right before summer about my hair, and I had to personal message them or private message them because I couldn't upload a video at my other house. The internet just was not good enough for me to upload a video. Otherwise I would explain it in depth. But there are so many great videos here on YouTube from other people who use the same dye that I use, which is directions, and go through the process really thoroughly. So I just told her what I did, what shampoo I used, you know, but of course you can always look up tutorials online. But if anybody is interested in how I do my hair, as you can see, it's really blue. And I have been doing this myself, actually, for the past few months. As soon as summer started, I started doing my hair myself, and I've continued doing that this month as well. My dye is almost run out, and I have to make money so I can order more dye. But it's almost gone, but I'm really cherishing it right now, and then I'm going to try and keep blue until the new year, in which I will be changing the color of my hair. And I've told some people what color I want to change it to, but for those of you who don't know, it's going to be a surprise. And I might make a video about it just because there is a reason behind what color I'm picking. And it's a very meaningful reason for me. So I will share that later on, once after the new year, when I've dyed my hair and I can make a video for you guys, hopefully. But like I said, I'm going to be really busy this year. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done for you guys, but I will try. And I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that, you know, you liked it. I know that I'm not a professional. None of these products were given to me. I'm not advertising them necessarily. I'm not getting paid to advertise them, is the most important part. These are all products that I've bought myself or were gifted to me by family members. So I'm not trying to represent any one company. I'm not getting paid to endorse them. So that's really important for you guys to know. So this is basically the products that I really like, I really enjoy, and would recommend you guys to use. So yeah, let me know if there are any tutorials that you would be really eager for me to cover. I know I'm not a professional, so I'm limited in how much I can tell you. It's based on knowledge that I found out myself. So if there's anything that you want me to cover and you think you would be comfortable me covering, I would love to do that. I really want to kind of test out my skills as a makeup artist, seeing as how I've really kind of gained a love and an appreciation for doing makeup. I've done my sister's makeup in the past, and it's been so exciting because she really likes what I've done. And maybe she's biased because she's my sister. But I like to think that I'm making her look her best, and accentuating what natural beauty she already has. So yeah, just let me know any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, because I love hearing from you guys. And I guess that's pretty much it for me. So I will see you around. Have a great day.